I hope you've had a lovely weekend. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's like a little buzzing in the background, but it's just Serin's water bowl. It's like a little water fountain, but it's just started buzzing for some reason. Oh, there goes my board. So, sorry if it's annoying. But I'll just try and talk really loud to talk over it, yeah? Right, so today and this week we're going to carry on with our spellings of our tricky words, and we're going to, last week we had a look at nouns and what nouns are and how they change their spellings if they become plural. This week we're going to have a look at verbs, so I'll explain a bit later, but we'll just read through our tricky words and then we're going to have a look at spelling the word please. We're going to use it in some sentences. Okay, you ready? Go! Well done. Right, so let's have a look at the word because. It's because. It's because that I've just looked at it. Just ignore me. Right, let's have a look at the word please. Please. It's got that s on the end like because, doesn't it? With that silent E. And our E sound in the middle is the spelling. Please. Right, write that at the top of your whiteboard and we're going to use it. In fact, we're going to be writing some questions using the word please. It's a very polite word, isn't it? We have good manners when we say please if we're asking for something. Okay, have you written it down? Yep. Right, I'm going to write it down as well. So, I'm going to write at the top of my board. Okay, the first question we're going to have a go at writing is, please could I have some treats? That's what Serin says to me all the time. But when she says it, it sounds like meow or meow. Please could I have some treats? And you've got the spelling of please there to help you. Okay, write it down and I'll write it down as well. Remember your capital letter, your finger spaces, and is it a full stop? No, it's a question mark, isn't it? And the spelling of treats, the E in the sound E in the word treats is the same as in please. Please could I have some treats? Okay. Let's have a look. Please could I have some treats? And then can you see the E is the same as in please? Well done. Okay, the next one. Oh, look what I found. I found my rubber again. That's good because I was using bits of toilet roll. Right, now I want you to have a bit of a think for yourself. And I would like you to finish the question, please could I have, and you finish it, okay? Please could I have, what could you be asking for? I'll do one as well. Remember capital letter, finger spaces, and a question mark. Okay, pause if you need a little bit more time. Right, can you read your question to me? Please, could I have? What were you asking for? Good. Would you like to read mine? Please, could I have a nap this afternoon? Yes, please. Well, I mean, it's a bit late for a nap. I probably wouldn't wake up. It'd probably turn into a proper sleep. Okay, last one. I'm just going to give you the word please. So start off your question with the word please and then just ask me a question. You might want something, you might want to do something, you might be telling somebody off. Please don't do that. Okay? So have a think. See if you can write down your question that starts with please. Pause if you need a little bit more time. Okay, can you read your question to me that starts with please? Well done. This is mine. Can you read it? Please, could you take me to the park? Well done, super reading. Right, let's get stuck into this then. We are going to have a look today at verbs. Do you know what a verb is? It's a word in a sentence, but do you know what type of word it is? A verb tells us what we are doing. It's an action. It's something. It's a doing word. I always remember it as a doing word, a verb. So we're going to have a look at some verbs and we're going to have a look at trying to find them in sentences. So I'm going to give you an example of some verbs and then I would like you to see if you can think of any of your own. So our verbs always start with to. So, because it tells us that we're going to be doing something. So it starts with, I'll show you in a second. I'm not writing quick enough. So I've written 4 verbs here. Oh, itchy nose. So I've written to play, to walk, to run, and to look. These are all actions, aren't they? You're doing something. You could be playing, you could be walking, you could be running, you could be looking, and not just you. I could be doing it. I could play, I could walk, I could run, and I could look. And it could be any kind of sentient being could be doing these things, couldn't they? So Miss Robinson could play or walk or run or look. Can you think of your own verb? Can you think of something that you can do, a doing word? Just have a think. See if I can think and write some more. We could, oh my goodness, forgotten how to spell. We could have to swim. Swimming's doing something, isn't it? We could have to, Oh, that's a sad one. To cry. Crying's a verb. You do it, don't you? You cry. It's when you do something. Oh, that's sad. Oh, this one is one I'm very good at. To eat. I'm very good at that one. And you know what else? In fact, I'm going to do this after I make this video. To eat, I need to do this first. I need to cook. Don't I? So you could be doing something right now. To write is a verb. To watch, you're watching me. To listen, it's an action, you're doing something. So those are our verbs. Now verbs are a little bit funny because like plurals, their spellings change depending on which sentence they're in. Okay? So I'm going to give you some sentences now, and I'd like you to write the sentence down, and then I'd like you to either like put a circle, put an underline, or you can highlight the verb in the sentence. Okay? So here is the first one. So, should we read this sentence? It says, Ishan is playing with the bat and ball. Ishan is playing with the bat and ball. So, where is the verb in this sentence? Write the sentence down and then we'll find the verb. Ishan is playing with the bat and ball. Okay? So, I can see some nouns in this sentence. I can see some things. There's a bat and there's a ball. Those are things, aren't they? I can also see a person. Ishan is the person. Can you find the verb? The verb is playing. And with playing, we need to put in is at the beginning because he's doing it, isn't it? Isn't he? So we've got is playing. He's doing something, isn't he? What's he doing? He is playing. So that's our verb in that sentence. Well done if you found that. Right, are you ready for the next one? Here you go. Let's read it. Maya is getting some new shoes. Can you write that sentence down? Okay, so we've got a noun, haven't we? We've got a thing. What's the thing in the sentence? What is Maya getting? She's getting some shoes, isn't she? Who's the person in the sentence? Who are we talking about? Talking about Maya, aren't we? Can you find the verb? What is she doing? Our verb is getting. And we have our is. See, it'd sound a bit funny if we missed is off. Maya getting some shoes. We need that is. Maya is getting some shoes. Well done. Oh, this is a good one. I'm not sure if it's true or not. You know, I just make these sentences up. Here we go. Sukmani runs all the way to school. Can you write that sentence down for me? Sukmani runs all the way to school. Once you've done that, can you find the verb? What is Sukmani doing? She's running, isn't she? She runs. There we go. Well done if you got that one. Okay, for the next two, I'm going to say the sentence and you need to write it down and then have a look at it and see if you can find the verb. Okay? Right. Can you write the sentence? Mrs. Tanner talks on the telephone. Mrs. Tanner talks on the telephone. Remember, Mrs. and Tanner need capital letters, don't they? Pause if you need a little bit more time. Right, have a look at your sentence now. Mrs. Tanner talks on the telephone. The noun is the telephone. It's a thing, isn't it? Who's the person in this sentence? Mrs. Tanner. So, what is Mrs. Tanner doing? Can you find the verb? Here we go. Mrs. Tanner talks on the telephone. Talks is our verb to talk. I talk, you talk, we talk. So that's our verb in this sentence. Well done. Okay, I've got one more for you. And like I said, you know I just make these sentences up. Okay. The next sentence is, Ayan lives in a blue house. Ayan lives in a blue house. Write it down. Ayan lives in a blue house. You done it? Okay. So, what is our noun in the sentence? What is the thing? It's a very big thing. The noun is the house. He lives in a house. Who is the person in our sentence? It's Ayan. And what's he doing in our sentence? What is the verb? What is he doing? Here we go. Ayan lives in a blue house. He's living, isn't he? Live is the verb. He's doing it. He's living in a blue house. I don't think he really does live in a blue house. It would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? Right, there we go. So that was our little introduction to verbs. So we're going to have a bit more of a look this week of how they change, and we add things, we take things away, it does get rather complicated, but don't worry, I'm going to break it down for you and make it as easy as possible. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.